Hello coders. So today we'll be solving LeetCode daily problem 3190 in which we are given an integer array in which we can do two operations, add or subtract one from any element, and by doing this we have to perform such number of operations such that such minimum number of operations that make all the elements divisible by 3. For example, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the array. Now, for this one, we can subtract 1 and make it 0, and the number of operations will be 1. For this 2, we can add 1 and make it 3. The number of operations will be 1. For this 3, we don't need to do anything, so number of operations will be 0. And for this 4, we can just subtract 1, so number of operations will be 1. Now, we see that for obtaining any number closer to that number and divisible by 3, we have to do something with the remainder with the number when divided by 3. So let's say for 1, when divided by 3, it leaves the remainder 1. And 2, when divided by 3, it leaves the remainder 2. And 3, when divided by 3, it leaves the remainder 0. And 4, when divided by 3, leaves the remainder 1. So if we see um, the for any number for which a remainder is 1, we can just subtract the 1 from that number and we will get the number divisible by 3. But for the case where the remainder is 2, we see when we subtract 2, we'll be reaching to 0, but that is not the closest number to 2, to 2, which is divisible by 3. Instead, if we add 1 to this number, we'll get 3, and that is divisible by 3. So our possible options seem to be whether we let's say the remainder is r when divided by 3, then the possible options is whether r is the number of operations which we need to do, which is there in this case and in this case and in this case. But in cases like 2, we need to check whether 3 minus r is also possible. So we can either do 3 R operations or 3 minus R operations to make the number divisible by 3. Since we need to calculate a minimum number of operations, we can sum over minimum of R, comma 3 minus R, and that will be our answer. So we can just iterate over all the numbers for nums for